Hello again, everyone. I am Captain Leroy, and we are back with another playthrough of Astro. Last episode, we took on Sky Garden and Creamy Canyon. And then, that's kind of it, after the ship kind of got busted. We'll return there in just a little bit. But for now, we're going to be going to the Aztec Trail. Right after I hit that meteor. That unlocks a bonus level. You see one of those meteors? Smack it. Now, where were we? You were introduced to these panels. Go up against it and then go back and forth until you feel one that's vibrating. Push in on that, and then it activates. Here we have these spiky enemies. If they get too close, yeah, don't hit them when they're doing that, because that'll hurt. I gotta say, though, I really recommend you take some time to listen to the soundtrack of this game. I think it's on Spotify, I'm pretty sure, but it's amazing. Well, here's bot 1. We'll just pull this out, and pretty sure these things randomize between each level. Here we have our second power-up, and one of my personal favorites, the Froggy Gauntlets. Click the triggers to give them good old-fashioned arm-style whooping. Because extendable boxing gloves is always fun. And with these, on these jelly-looking things, you can click the trigger and pull back to pull or grapple. Right back at you. Oh yeah. Must be going nutty down here with all these squirrels. I love puns. So we do that. Here, if you punch these with the gauntlets, it'll launch off and get you some extra coins. Something else kind of cool you could do is if you hold square to charge up an attack and click the trigger as you spin, you can spin your gauntlets, or you can spin the gloves around, knocking around a bunch of... Oh, hey, nuts. Sorry. Crikey. How many are in those trees? Was half expecting a bunch of nuts. Oh well. We'll punch this skull, and we'll punch this crate full of fruit. And we'll find our first VIP bot of the jungle. The spinning marsupial, not to be confused with a naughty dog. This, if you don't know him, is Crash Bandicoot. He was originally he was like pretty much PlayStation's mascot for a while, and then kind of disappeared for a bit. He came back for a bit with Crash 4 and, Crash Team Rumble, but then, just like all characters Microsoft collects, he ended up in the IP jail, because they didn't sell enough. I will constantly bag on Microsoft. I am mad at them for what they've done to characters like Spyro, Banjo-Kazooie, and all others. I want more Banjo-Kazooie. Just speaking, I didn't grow up with those characters, but I played them in Smash Brothers and they became my favorite just because of how goofy they are. Anywho, getting back to the topic on hand, we have these, I'm probably butchering the name. Mario Shika? Yeah, you just gotta punch him repeatedly. For here, your secret exit, if you're looking for it, is here. You just gotta extinguish the torches. Yeesh. This thing would have been useful back in Creamy Canyon. Hiya. As you'll see, doing that will reveal your secret entrance. You just go pull on that to go activate the secret access your secret exit. But for now, we're just gonna punch these. and get bot number 4. We'll pull this out real quick and continue onward. With these, you'll have both triggers pulled back, and when the time's right, slingshot. Good tip for those who's using the spinning punch. You can also help these guys using the... Normally you attack them to get them, but if you hit them with the punch, that works too. Funnily enough, the punch with the gloves are the tongues of froggies, which is funny. I wonder if you can collect puzzle pieces using the gauntlets. I've never tried that now that I think about it. Ow. Ooh. Thought I fell down for a second. Taking out those guys will reveal the next area. We'll pull this. And just make our way up here. Here's where a lot of people I've seen in playthroughs I've watched miss a bot. There's a little bot tucked away in that little area right there. Clever place to hide it, huh? And then over here, you gotta grapple this, and you got to pull back like that. Gotta be careful not to fall off. And up here's our last puzzle piece. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like you have to touch it with your body in order to get it. Before we continue on there, our last bot is up here. We'll pull this. And then just... go to a secret area. Love the music for this area, so I'm just going to be quiet for a bit and let you listen. It's always nice. I love the little vocalizations. In the meantime, here's our last bot of the jungle. This is the Eco Warrior, left a legacy worthy of the precursors. This is Jack from Jak and Daxter, another character who hasn't been seen very long. Well, hasn't been seen in a while in PlayStation history. Man, there's just... I really wish I'd been able to play some of these games when they first came out, but I don't think I was alive when a lot of these fellas were out and about. In the meantime, here we have a little mini circuit. Okay, notice the Chomp Nitro. And you'll notice it's a big one. I'm gonna recommend you keep your distance. Like after every third hop... Well... Bink. And for earning the heavyweight champion, entertaining a bunch of monkeys and lemurs. I'm gonna hope there's some monkeys in there, because... Yep, there's some monkeys. Oh, is it monkeys versus lemurs or something? I don't know. But with that, that's all the bots and the puzzle pieces. So we'll... grab the coins. And continue our escape. We'll continue our drive. Well... oh, here we are. Every once in a while when you complete a level or something, you'll notice a little thing up shop. Do this, and you'll get yourself a bonus level. We'll be covering those right after we finish up some stuff. And for our next level, we have the Construction Derby. We're just gonna dive right on in. Oh, important for this level. There's a puzzle piece at the very beginning. You're gonna want to tilt the controller so that you can get it. If you miss it, you're gonna have to restart the level. I'm gonna just let you know that right now. How technical the bricks look. We'll make our way up here. A couple of birds. And... Gee, I didn't know they had the rights to King Kong. I'm kidding, of course. Oh, yeah. This is another song I'd really recommend to listen to. Right after... We'll get this fella, who's just decided to pick up a bit of extra time. You know, never hurts to get a little extra funds on the paycheck. Here, if you walk across glass, it'll break. But if you carefully sneak, it'll break but won't shatter. If you start running, though, that's another story. Hey. Yeesh. Dude, you offend the Mafia or something? They almost gave him a concrete casket. We pull this, and we have a little power-up, the magnet. With this, you'll collect metal objects nearby. When you've collected enough, you can throw it at a thing to trigger it. Seems like an inefficient way to turn a crane, but... Hey, this is a world of bots and fantasy. I'm not one to judge. Can I have that? Thank you. Hey. Funnily enough, you can actually climb on top of these things. And you're just rewarded with a couple of... Oh, I didn't know the Wrecking Ball did things. That's funny. Hi, friend. We'll go in here and get another power-up. The dog! Clicking the triggers will let you rocket through and break glass. Are these guys picking on a traffic cone? Oh, sorry, pal. Can I... Sorry, man. Alright, well... You'll see up there's a bunch of spray paint cans. Something else to note here is, you'll see there's a basketball hoop. There's an achievement you can get for getting a hoop. You just gotta smack it and... Ta-da! Doing that gets you an achievement. There's usually one with each of the power-ups. They're just in certain levels. Yeesh, how much spray paint did they use? Depending on how long you can hold the trigger, that's how long the dog will give you a boost. Using this gets us up here and gets us spot number 3. Before we continue on, though, we'll go past these construction cones and quickly get... Well, I mean, there's all that spray can clutter for a reason. Collect enough of it, and... I will note, you gotta use the dog to cross the gap. I've tried before to make it with just a jump. It didn't work. Don't try it. And now... Donk! Just keep moving forward. These things can only be defeated using the dog. Like so. Maybe I'll add it. Eventually when I have enough... Oh. I keep thinking to myself, I can make the jump. When in fact, I can't make the jump. Me looking for who said that? Nah, I'm joking. Hopefully I'll be able to get it to the point where my videos are pretty well edited, so that I can just put in a couple of funny effects if I feel like it. Oh yeah, get used to that. If there's a bot that's usually out in the open, it's probably gonna get abducted by that UFO. Ah. Can't see? Can I have my friend back? Thank you. Well, that's a great place for that to be. Yeah, they'll slam down and release a shockwave. They're not too much of a threat. This sumo fella, you gotta dodge and wait till he gets tired, and then shove we'll step on these, and these fellows will start painting. What in particular, we don't know. But if you'll notice, the paint's going off to an invisible area here. We'll go here, and... here, you'll tilt the controller around to aim, and hold the R2 button, or R2 trigger, to paint around, which reveals some secret platforms. And here we have a pretty familiar face. The love-struck lyricist, a cool pooch with the power of self-belief. This is Parappa the Rapper, from Parappa the Rapper. I don't know, I've never played this guy's series, but I know a lot about him. Especially because I've seen him in a meme or two that's made me chuckle. If you know it, you know it. We'll break through that real quick. And reveal a photo spot. Like I said, these will be a lot of places. This one particularly disgusts me because... ew. Actually, when I was young, I was just on a hike once, and I was wearing a hat of mine, and so for some reason a bird just crapped on it. Within the closet, reaching up, feeling it, and feeling bird poop on my fedora. It wasn't fun. Now, before we go, we'll notice this little thing to find another bot. And then once you get off here, he completed whatever delivery he was doing, so off he goes. Did you just face at the... ah, I guess he weren't really I guess he wasn't really considering people would be watching him. Oh yeah, while you're charging, you do break through enemies. I would be careful, though. Oh. And we'll see over here. Oh yeah, be careful. The laser will break these. We'll break those, and free the last bot. Shredding sheep. Why rap when you can shred? This is Lammy from Parappa the Rapper, I believe. If she's not from it, I apologize. I did do some research, but I may have gotten a fact or two wrong. So if I get something wrong about a series, don't get mad at me. Just tell me politely, okay? And I'll rectify it in a later video. Here, you'll find some foot panels. For these, you gotta find the rumble, and once you do... you use the laser to pop it open, which will get us our last puzzle piece. And funnily enough, if you step in like paint or something, you'll notice when you walk around that you've got little paint footprints, which I think is just grand. Wasn't going fast enough. What was that? Probably nothing important. It was. About a rampageous rocket ride. And you'll see, our little dog friends gets a little break. Wait, that bird had a rocket on it. Huh. You notice so many fun little details while you're playing. And this is like I can't even tell you how many times I've redone. But you'll see, now we have the boss. Which, in order to do so, we're going to need 20 bots. Which, if you've been keeping up, we have enough. But we're going to call it right here for this episode. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time when we take on the boss of the Gorilla Nebula. See y'all then.